Intuitive viewers, it's me, Cassie. I know we haven't talked in a long time, or I talked in a long time. So I know everybody's waiting for the John McCain reading, and I actually have read him before we started doing the channel. Or maybe it was during the channel, but it was right when he passed away, and I was still a little bit unsure about channeling, but I did channel him with my mom. And yeah, so he's an easier spirit to get in, definitely, than the other spirits have had to do. So, Mom, if you want to ask questions,
okay. I just want to explain to the viewers that Cassie, she basically, they talk to her and she translates what they're saying. So he doesn't it's not a channeling, he comes through her, but she's just channeling his energy to tell you what John McCain would be saying. So
first of all, the way that I see him, the way that he comes in is leaning against the wall like this.
Mm-hmm.
Did he smoke? Or did he, because I feel like he's smoking. Maybe he did when he was younger, because he's going back and forth from what we know of him now, like what he looked like before he passed away, to when he was like in the army, I guess, like a soldier. He's like smoking and like leaning against the wall.
Okay, I think he's in the Air Force, but same deal. I mean, I know you wouldn't know that.
I see him wearing a uniform, okay. So I'm not really sure. Like, I just see him wearing a uniform, and he has like a trimmed haircut and stuff, and is like looks very military.
I always ask Cassie to kind of explain what they feel like, what their energy is like, because that's always a little surprising to me, how people, some people feel very, tough or, gentle, or I'm just wondering what his energy is.
He's very fatherly.
Mm-hmm.
And it comes in very, he comes in very mindful. He doesn't bombard you with all this information or whatever, or doesn't just start talking.
Mm-hmm.
He almost kind of is aware that, I think he's kind of aware that I'm new at this. He's kind of
mm-hmm.
Gently coming forward and not just bombarding me with all this information. He's kind of seeping in,
mm-hmm.
Rather than just appearing there, kind of like Martin Luther King. Even though
mm-hmm.
he was a soft presence, he was just kind of boom there,
mm-hmm. A lot of us know his history, the things about him. So I think that I would just ask what were his opinions of Trump when he worked with him, met him, when he got elected. What were his feelings about him? If he could just kind of tell us what he really thought of him.
The first thing I heard was a fool. But then when you said when he got elected, I heard disgusting. That he was disgusted by him. And disgusted by a lot of the people around him. How quick they changed. How quick, he's showing me that some of these people that are with Trump now, he's known his entire life he was a senator? He was a senator,
yes,
right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, saying senator. When he was a senator, that he had known his entire life being a senator, that there are some people actually that he mentored.
Mm-hmm.
Did he mentor Paul Ryan?
Oh, I don't know. It's a possibility.
Or maybe he didn't mentor, but there's a lot of people like that where they're a bit younger,
mm-hmm.
that at a time he did mentor, or because they were in the same party that they,
mm-hmm.
Would coordinate a lot and talk a lot.
Right.
But and he would hand off advice to. It was strange for him, and he compares it to the Twilight Zone. How quick these people he knew his whole life just changed and were just money hungry, is what he's saying. And I think I said this before when I did the channeling, that there are a lot of people that take bribes in the White House, in politics, or that take money for endorsements kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
That he never did that. And the only other person who never did that either was Bernie Sanders. That they never, that they don't, either they don't take endorsements, period, or they don't take endorsements like that where it's like behind the scenes,
Right.
behind the curtain, where it's a little bit underhanded and a little bit fishy. Even people that we think of as like genuinely good people, they still have taken bribes behind the scenes. He has never done that, and Bernie Sanders has never done that. But I think that was the thing he was the most disgusted by, was how money hungry all of these people became and how they started taking these bribes.
Interesting.
Because he was offered to be on Trump's team, to be on Trump's cabinet, and he wouldn't do it because he didn't believe in what he was saying, but he also didn't like the underhandness of he's saying displacing money, because I keep wanting to correct him saying placing money, but he's saying displacing money, so I'm not sure what that means.
You know, I didn't agree with so much of what John McCain, stood for in the especially in the Republican Party during the wars, that kind of thing. But I feel like this extremeness of the Trump party, I don't even call it Republican Party, has kind of pushed us all into one camp, and that is just get him out, the get him out camp. And so I wonder if he could just talk for a second about the future of the Republican Party as we know it today.
He's saying that he talked about America's future in his letter before he passed away. That he talked a lot about what he felt and what he hoped and what he thought. That hasn't changed. But the thing that I see is, and the word that I keep hearing is drastic. The Republican Party is going to have a drastic change after this. A lot of people are going to start looking at the Republican Party different, and the Republican Party in response will want to make it different than these people that they've had in the past.
Okay, so guys, we had to move to the bedroom. We're not like bewitched, and we just changed locations.
I wish.
But we Cassie's dad came home and he has to do some stuff downstairs, so we're moving. So we're going to continue with our John McCain interview talk. Okay, so let's move on to the whole Mueller report and all this stuff. Give us a bigger picture. What is all this about? Why is this happening? What is going on? I mean, for me, I always think that there has to be a bigger reason. There has to be the reason this all is happening. There has to be a spiritual reason. Politically, why is this happening? What has gone wrong? What is going on?
The only thing I feel is that it's to give that chance to have people speak up. Almost like a second chance in a way, to have people that have supported Trump and that are working on the investigation or preventing the investigation from him happening to speak up and to do the right thing. That it's almost kind of a last try kind of thing to kind of, it sounds cheesy, but I know he doesn't mean it that way, but the only phrase that comes to mind is save their soul. It's like their last chance to save these people's souls.
Right.
Or whoever, and I know that sounds cheesy, and I don't think it's like literal. I just think in terms of doing the right thing here, it's more for the politicians than it is for citizens.
Right.
Because this Mueller report will eventually come out. I don't think this I don't think people have to worry about that. I think it's going to come out one way or another. I think, you know, a lot of people are pushing for it to come out, so I don't think that's the issue here. I think it's kind of paused, the investigation kind of paused to give these people a chance, because some of these people were good people their whole lives, and now they're on the dark side in a way. And I know, like I said, that sounds, he's kind of his ideals are kind of good and evil. So he does use a lot of like the demon, or, you know, the dark side or whatever, you know, it kind of uses that language, like that you hear in church, but I know that's not what he means.
Right. It makes sense. I mean,
because I don't believe in that, and I'm like, really? Like the dark side demon? Like, what are you talking about? But it's just how he presents things. It's just how he phrases it.
Okay, that makes sense to me, because he's definitely seen the good and what would be the good and evil on Earth, you know, being held prisoner for so long and that kind of thing. Okay, so I also wanted to get his reaction to the way Trump has been just talking about him recently, and why is he doing that? What is his problem? Why does he keep going back to John McCain? What is it about John McCain that he just can't let go of? Is it just that he did the thumbs down, or is it something else? Is something inside we can't see?
Okay, so a couple things. So, one, he doesn't care. Like, he doesn't care about this. The main thing that he cares about is his family being affected by this. That is the big thing that affects him on the other side, that has to do with what Trump is saying. Not his own ego, but what it does to their family. Okay. I think especially, I feel like his daughter gets really affected by what he says, even though she likes to put on a face like that she isn't a strong to be strong. I feel like it does get to her a lot. But so the reason why he's doing it isn't just because of the thumbs down. And McCain is like, you know, I'm gonna step away from myself for a second here, so I can say this. Because I don't usually, he doesn't like to, he said he doesn't like to gloat. He's in a way jealous that John McCain was everything that Trump wasn't. He sacrificed everything for his country. Trump has sacrificed nothing. He has turned money away. Trump doesn't turn a dime away. He loves his family more than anything. Trump doesn't give a hoot about his family. He's everything that Trump isn't, and Trump despises that he is loved, because if they love him, then that means they hate him, because he knows he's the complete opposite of John McCain. So if he's the complete opposite of John McCain and they love him, then it almost gives that kind of proof that he is not that he is truly hated by these people. And you know, people don't have to put up signs, and they don't have to do protests for him to know that people hate him if they love John McCain.
Right, got it. And what does he think he's doing by saying stuff like that? Is it just because he's just angry, period, or is it to
feels like he's
him?
Diminishing his legacy.
Oh,
that he's trying to make it seem not as great as it is.
Right.
That he, you know, I can do that too, and I can, you know, he's not as great as he seems. That he did this and did that during his life, and he doesn't. You know, him doing these things for his country doesn't mean as much. That I'm here right now. You shouldn't pay attention to him because he's dead and I'm here. Right. You know, it's just to diminish him. It's just to make it so that, you know, to base it, it's like a bully. It's just like to make himself feel better, you know? It's like pick on someone your own size. It's like that kind of thing where it's just like, it makes him feel better about himself in some weird, gross way. It makes him feel better about himself to diminish a person who's deceased, who can't fight back, and like I said, who was everything he's not.
Okay, two last questions. And they don't have to be long answers, but two last questions. The first question is, I know the one that everybody wants to know. What the F with Lindsey Graham? What is going on with him? Why? How could he be such a flip-flopper and such a... What the heck? What is going on with him? And how does it make you feel?
So he's one of the people, like when McCain was talking earlier about the people that have turned and that he knew his entire life. Lindsey Graham is one of those people. He knew him his entire life. I almost feel like at the very beginning of his career in politics, they knew each other and they were friends, like best friends. They would like hang out with each other, go fishing together. That sounds kind of weird and cliche, but I literally see them going fishing together and their families getting together. And it devastated him that he supported Trump, because he really thought he would stand with him. I even see them having a dinner, and you know, their families are kind of doing something else, and they're sitting at the table together in the dining room, and he's like, you know, what do you think of this Trump guy? Like, I hate, you know, how he talks about women. I hate his stance on things. I don't like that he wants to just take people away from the border, you know, take people away from their families that cross the border. Like, I don't like any of this stuff. That he was surprised that, because Lindsey Graham, I feel like in a way said the same thing as McCain, that he didn't like any of the stuff he was doing, and then the next day he's with Trump, you know? It's like that fast. Like, he says one thing to McCain, and then he watches the news and sees that, you know, he's kissing, sorry, but he's a part of my French, but kissing, you know, Trump's ass, you know? It devastated him, because he considered him a brother. And when he did that, it just devastated him.
Is he doing it for money, to maintain his position? What is he doing this for?
And that's the other thing. That's the other side we're not seeing, is that there is money involved, which again, it goes against his just morals in general, and would never do that. And I think he was kind of stunned that he would do that, because he always considered him a God-fearing man, he said, and would never do something like that. Never take the devil's change, he's saying. I don't know why he's using all these phrases, but taking the devil's change, I don't know. What
is the vision, if you can give just like a few words of like what the vision is that you see for the United States once Trump is gone? I assume he's leaving. Hopefully he won't, you know, be our dictator, but when he's gone, what do you see for the United States going forward? Is it, we have a bright future? Is it going to be we have to heal? What is going to happen?
So, some people may not like this, but I see almost like doomsday.
Oh, okay.
Like, you know, fire everywhere and everybody's screaming and all these things. But then the book turns. It's like he's like showing me a book, like the page turns, and then it's all rainbows and butterflies and like green grass, and everybody's happy and flying kites and stuff. So I think there's this period that we go through that it's a bit chaotic, but then we come out on the other side. Literally on the other side, we come out strong and a better country.
Are we living the you know, the fire and that kind of thing? Is that right now? And like,
no, this is when he gets out of office.
Oh, okay.
So there's a little bit of chaos for a time, you know, because people are trying to figure out what to do and how to not have this happen again. And then there's a breather, and we start to get back on our feet.
And during this period, I know people are going to be like, well, what? During this period of chaos, is it more just trying to pick up the pieces and put them back together, almost like looking at the devastation?
It is. There's not like a big thing that happens. It's more just like what has happened and kind of what he's done. Because already there's a lot of damage he's doing.
Right.
But I think it's just, at that point, it's picking up the pieces. There might be some things that will be like a little chaotic when he leaves. Maybe the way he leaves, or the fact that somebody completely different comes into the White House, and then that changes everything with the Republican Party. I'm not sure. Right. But something drastically changes when the next president comes in, and then it's okay, and then we get back on our feet.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so please, please subscribe, and please, like, comment, share. And we're also on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. If you want more channelings by me, put #request Cassie in the comments and say who you would like me to channel. And yeah, thank you so much.
And then Cassie, do you want to do your announcement about that you're leaving?
Oh yeah, so I have an announcement. I am leaving in April, or around April 15th. I'm leaving for England to study abroad, to go to film school, so I won't be here anymore. We're still doing the channel. We're still going to make it work. You just will see me less, and I won't be here anymore. Somebody else will have to operate the camera and stuff, or we'll get like a tripod or something. But yes, I'm going to go study film in Brighton, in England, where all my family are, and it's very exciting. I'm very excited for it. I'll also be pursuing a career in voiceover, because I just absolutely love doing it. It's kind of something I just stumbled upon. But if you would like to, know what I'm doing and keep up with me, I am on Instagram at Cassie, and then like a down dash, Rose, down dash, and then Carrie on Instagram. I'm so it's hard, it's bittersweet to leave, but I'm really excited for the future, and I hope that we can, that I'll still do channelings and stuff, and we can still chat.
So thanks, Cassie, and congratulations. And if you want to let me know how it's going to be an empty nester, please let me know, because I'm getting sad.
I'm sure my mom will need advice,
yes, exactly.
Like from people who have gone through this, because my mom hasn't gone through this yet, so.
Exactly. Okay, guys.
Okay, bye!